Okay, so we're going to discuss the Northern Ireland Executive, which is the cabinet style part of the Northern Ireland government, the executive branch, if you like. It is made up of 8 ministers who run government departments and the executive office, which consists of the First Minister and Deputy First Minister, one from each community. It's a co-equal role. It's known as the executive office, but you will find it in a lot of the literature as OFM DFM, which was its name up until extremely recently. The strange thing about this cabinet-style government is, whilst it's supposed to act collegiately, it is actually an artificial coalition made up of 5 parties. The Ulster Unionist Party, the DUP, Sinn Féin, the SDLP and the Alliance. That, of course, creates its own problems in trying to come up with a coordinated policy. The role of the executive is to create a programme for government, which is an overarching strategy document within which they will propose legislation for within the various departments. They will also formulate and approve a budget, which then, of course, has to be approved by the Assembly, as does the programme for government. We need to know a number of things about the executive. We need to know why it's successful and what are those points of success. But we also need to know why it could be seen as unsuccessful, the challenges to being successful and examples of that happening. We also want to see points of agreement between parties within the executive and points of disagreement within the parties within the executive. It will also be helpful to know the roles of a minister, although you'll find those are very similar to the British ones that we looked at. And we also want to see how it operates in terms of decision making. Okay, so what do the parties do in terms of looking at issues that cut across parties or cut across departments? How do they do the joined up government? How do they form a collective when they aren't actually a collective in policy terms and certainly in background terms as well? So those are the things that we're going to be looking at over the course of looking at the Executive Committee.